First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Go yo, then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello? That's the Jag calling. Let me click over real quick to let my Jag talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man. That's the way my neck talking. Right? I ain't never coming back the way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad, but I'm past that. With a NASDAQ, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit, I'm glad.
Appreciate you, Coach. Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and, of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Minnesota Vikings. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone, and he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Go. Waiting. Check right 54. Right 54.
They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. On second down, it's Elliott. He'll have a first down past the 40. A big run that time by Elliott. Give him 42 yards on the ground. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
Let's bring it. Kill.
On first down, Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Here we go. 180. Solid. I got you, punk.
On second down now, it's Elliott. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
120.
Come on.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Hey, box truck.
54. Mike, 54.
Here.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike.
From the red zone now, Wentz. A ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Me. I got it. I got motion man. Me. I got this.
This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his second season, James Conner. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
At the 7-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
11.
Here's Locke. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Hey, turn it up. Check 3.
Here's Locke. And his throw is incomplete. Marquise Brown, the rookie, his intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Conner looking for space. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Mike.
Throwing on 3rd down, Locke. He almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. On 2nd and 9, Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
Throwing his Wentz. And the pressure gets to him again. Danielle Hunter racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They begin things in much better field position than their opening drive as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 34. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Monday. Topper!
On 1st and 10 is Conner. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. James Conner, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Matt Gay on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go!
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll try the right side with Elliott. Dances by him. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big run that time by Elliott. 63 yards. So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now because is he rewarding himself for a great run or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
To throw, it's Wentz. The quick slant caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
One man in the backfield, that's Elliott on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Mecole Hardman with touchdown number 8 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Let's go.
We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Come on. Hurry.
They'll run on first down. It's Connor. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And down to the 28-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
Right back to Connor here on first. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Throwing on 2nd down. Luck. He'll get that one complete to Connor. He's got good size. We know he's tough to bring down running the ball. That also carries over to the passing game like we saw there.
And at his size, how'd you like to try and stop him on that angle route? Him coming out of the backfield, breaking sharply, catching the football. It's going to take a lot more than one guy, most likely, to bring him down. That was a nice gain.
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Out of the gun, Luck. He's got Hooper on the short connection. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And Gay knocks this one through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying to see
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Danielle Hunter, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
That's how we do, D.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Now Wentz. Completes it to Miller. That one good for 26 and a first down. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. He lost 6 there on the first down play. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
This one, seven.
Cut.
Hey, 2.
53. Mike, check, 53.
Now on second and 16. Wentz. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
Let's go.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
Let's go.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
At the 27-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, come up on second and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Mike 5'9",
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Here we go.
Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49.
2 draw forfeit. Hey, Rip 5-2, I'm here. Bravo.
Now wins. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Scott Miller, his second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have retaken the lead.
Hey, when you're thinking about your opening drive in the third quarter, you're thinking about exactly that, putting together a drive. But instead, what did we get?
Big pass downfield, touchdown. I thought, okay, just sitting back in my chair, let's get eased in, a couple runs. No, boom.
Yeah, forget the body blows, folks. Let's throw the big shot right now.
It's a short kick, taken at the 15. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. A shotgun snap for Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it. Here's Ryan Allen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Wentz now on 1st down. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Great 15.
61, Matchbox Light.
Shotgun now for Wentz. He'll find Miller. That's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
First down.
Go. 180.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Ezekiel Elliott with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Lott. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They snap it to Lott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line.
Here we go. 280.
54. Rip right.
On 1st down, Elliott. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Tavon Young in on the tackle. They go to Elliott again. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Wentz. Being chased out left. He may try and run for this. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll run it with Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Broncos push further out in front. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Tucker with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Again, a run with counter. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
In your face.
12.
They'll try the air now with Locke. He's got Hooper on the short connection. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Vikings on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
13, fellas, 13, watch 13.
Here's Locke. Got a man, it's Brown. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. They're already slim. Hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
11. Central West.
Check 26, check 26.
They'll run for it with counter. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning.
bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
54. I got you. I got you, son. I got you. You're almost.
2nd and 5 now. Wentz going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. And that's Elliott, complete. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos push further out in front. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. To throw is Lott. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie linebacker from LSU, Devin White.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it.
Hey, exit.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Shift.
Now Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Broncos, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Buffalo to take on the